Hi everyone, and thank you for joining me, Joe Unwin, also known as FloJo, on another Power Automate desktop video. Today I've got an exciting video for you, and I'm going to show you how you can get how many days there are left in the current month. Now, this takes quite a bit of calculation on getting the last day, and I've actually created an in-depth video on how all of the intricacies of that work. And if you want to actually learn about how that works, I suggest you go look at that video. However, I will be covering it today, but I'll be doing it at a more high level, and I'll just be touching on it briefly so that you can understand how we've got the last day, but I'll be going into more details about how we do the calculation between them. So if we've got 31 days in March and we are on the 8th, we do 31 minus 8. There are 23 days left in this month. Very simple calculation, right? Very simple. However, how do we do this on Power Automate Desktop? Well, firstly, we need the last day of the month. We need the 31st. But how do we get that? Because if we do current date time, it's going to give me the 8th of March 2024. But it's not going to give me how many days there are in March. Now, it's important to know about this because the last day of the month is always different. It's 30, 31, 28, and in a leap year like we're in, 29 as well in some months. So what we need to do is we need to actually calculate that and then use that to subtract the current date from, and then we can calculate how many days there are left. So let's take a look at our get last day subflow here, because this is where we're going to be calculating the last day. So all I'm doing is I'm doing get current date and time, but I'm only selecting the date. I'm not interested in the time. I'm just doing current date only, system time zone, get current date. So that's going to give me the 8th of March. Great. So we've got a starting point. But that is not the only thing we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to split this up and set it to the 1st of March so that we can do some simple calculations. So firstly, what we do is we do convert date time to text. We pass the current date in. We change the format to custom, and we change the custom format to capital M's, 2 of them. That's going to give you the month. So in this sample here, it's 05, but what we'll be getting back is 03 for March. And then we're going to do exactly the same for the year. So we're going to pass the current date in, we're going to set it to custom, and then we're going to do lowercase y's, 4 of them, and that's going to give us the year, so 2024. So now we've got 03 and 2024, and we're going to combine them in a variable to the start date. Now, how this works is it always goes month, day, year. That is the format it uses, so that's the format we're going to stick to. So we're going to pass in the start month variable. We're going to do a slash, then we're going to pass in 1 for the first, and then do a slash and then the year. So March 1st, 2024. That is our start date. What we're going to do then is we're going to use add to date time, and we're going to pass in that start date. We're going to add 1, and we're going to select the time unit of months. So we're now at the 1st of April. We've gone from the 1st of March, we've added a month, and we're now at the 1st of April. So we've got a resulted date of the 1st of April. From here then, we're going to do add date time again, but this time we're going to pass the resulted date in, which is the 1st of April. We're going to do -1. So even though it's an addition, we can add minus days, so we'll do -1, and we'll select the time unit of days. So now we've gone from the 1st of April minus a day, and we're at the 31st of March. So we've now got the last day of the month, the 31st of March. So I'm saving that as last day of the month in this variable, and here we then have the last day of the month. So we've got the current date and the last date of the month. So then what we use is we use an action called subtract dates. So if we open that, we pass the last day of the month from date. We're going to subtract the current date from that, and then we're going to get the difference in days, and then we'll have days left producing a variable. And then all I'm going to do is I'm going to write that to a file just so I can show you how you can do that as well. I'm just getting the file path, and then in the file, all I'm doing is doing days left in the month and then passing the days left. So let's run this and take a look at what happens. Okay, so we've got a lot of variables produced here. We've got the current date and time, although I'm only getting the date, so that's why you've got the 12 AM timestamp. So the 8th of March 2024. We've got then the last day of the month, which is the 31st of March 2024. Now, if you remember about the resulted date, that's where I've added the month. So the resulted date is where I've added the month where we got the 1st of April. Then I minus the day to get the last day of the month, when we then end up with the last day, which is the 31st. So we've always got a calculation here that will calculate the last day of the month no matter what the last day of the month is, even if it's the 28th, the 29th, 30th, or the 31st. And then we've done the subtract dates, and we've got the days left, and we've got 23. So we know that the calculation has worked correctly because we saw with the calculator earlier the simple calculation of 31 minus 8. And then I've just written to a file here where I've got days left in a month, 23, and I've now output that. Now you can then do whatever you need to do with that. If you're calculating how many more runs there are in a particular month or anything like that, you can have that as an output. You can email someone with that. You can do whatever you need, but that is how easy it is to calculate how many days there are left in a month on Power Automate Desktop. Thank you for joining me on this video. If you have any questions at all, leave a comment below, hit that like and subscribe button to help the channel grow, and I'll see you on another Power Automate Desktop video soon. Bye.